I have a confession to make. So, I didn't get Signalis. I didn't understand it. I feel terrible about it, and I'm gonna explain why. So, I'm gonna put on the big dunce hat because, in my experience, I just didn't really have the know how to love this game as much as it loved me. So, let me start off by saying that this game is really incredible. It does the survival horror genre just as well or better than some of the greats, and it's clear that this game is begging you to get involved and see the inspirations and solve the story. There are so many references carefully picked and placed throughout the whole experience. The resource management is tight due to the small inventory, and the choices you have to make regarding what to carry felt so hard sometimes, and I loved that. I loved the entire cohesive feel of the game. It's got this great retro futurism sort of vibe, and it takes place in a totalitarian regime reminiscent of World War II era Germany. It's great, it's got a ton of depth in the world building, and I love it for that. There's also some really strong Lovecraftian elements here with cycles and madness and unfathomable horrors to be discovered. What I didn't like is the overall complexity of the narrative. I felt like I went out of my way to have a note file of all these little stories and details, and up until about the halfway point, I still felt that I had some sort of a grasp on what was going on, but then it gets extremely complex, like Kingdom Hearts complex, but like in a more respectful and purposeful way. And for some reason I just wasn't feeling that, which is pretty strange because I love the Dark Souls games. I love going out of my way and seeing why the environment is the way that it is, trying to piece together the stories, and I don't know why I just didn't really like that in this game. Another big blunder from me was not rerouting my notes, as in the in-game menu notes. Every single note that you read is stored in a menu, and you can access that at pretty much any time throughout the game to solve a puzzle with that, and I just forgot to do that. So a lot of the times when I needed to remember something, I would just physically remember it or write it down or something, and some stuff I didn't write down, so I'd have to backtrack, and that added to my backtracking. I was taking more damage, wasting more resources, and that's kind of just fucking me for being stupid, so I can't really complain there. I also think that there are actual flaws in the level design to point out, and that's mainly that there are a couple of sections in the game where you're going through an area, say 4 floors in this one section, that pretty much have the exact same layout with some minute differences and doors closed here and there. And the map is amazing. The map is so good in this game. And I'll get to that later, but the map is extremely good. It has not only key items marked or key puzzles marked for you, but each room has an individual name so that you can remember it. I still found it really hard in some places where there were some pretty complex puzzles to backtrack through 4 different levels that look very similar, and remembering which key goes where was pretty frustrating at times in those sections. And that happens a couple of times, so I feel pretty validated if I complain a bit there. This game fucks with your head a lot, and for a lot of people that are fans of the genre, you might want that mix-up from the regular formula, but I just found myself kind of stuck at points, and I wasn't really having fun. I will say that a solid 90% of the puzzles felt so fresh and innovative and intuitive that I was wondering why no one ever did them like that. And a lot of them are pretty wholly unique to Signalis and the radio signal function. I feel confident also saying that the menus are some of the most intuitive and snappy in the entire genre, and I have a hard time thinking of an example I liked as much as Signalis's menus. It's fucking lightning fast, and it's so simple to get exactly what you want, open the map, or check a note. It feels incredible. So, overall, on one hand, I can't believe how good this game is, but I feel really guilty or lazy for not loving it as much as everyone else, and I'm not quite sure how to feel about that. Because it's clearly made by a passionate team, a small team of a few people made this entire game, which is, for me, taking notes and struggling a bit and getting stuck here and there. It took me about 10 hours to get through the full, completed, true, like the real ending runtime of the game, and you could probably do it in less if you're not like really going out of your way. But I was really trying to go out of my way and really take notes and try to make sense of what they were going for. So it took me about 10 hours to finish it, and I just have nothing but respect for a team that small to make a game this cohesive in feel and with such great art design, sound design. The music in this game is fucking amazing. It just has this surreal quality to it that just completely sells the vibe of the game for me. And I just respect the hell out of the team for that. And I feel guilty more than anything that I just didn't absolutely love it. And I don't know if I can put it up there in my like favorite all-time survival horror games or games in general. I don't know why, and it frustrates me, and that's why I had to make this review/video about it, because I just don't think it's for me, to be honest, and that's fine. And if any of that stuff, or the gameplay, or art design looks interesting to you, or if you've been a fan of the survival horror genre like I have for decades now at this point, fucking play it. It's so worth your time. It is so cheap for the experience that you get, and I love it. But at the same time, I don't love it, and I don't know how to explain how I feel about that. So that's my take on Signalis. I feel guilty. I'm putting on the fucking dunce hat for not really getting it, and I hope that, you know, maybe someone in the comments will fill me in on some of the stuff that went on in the story, because I've been watching videos left and right, and I've got a whole page of notes here and pictures and all kinds of stuff that I'm trying to make sense of. So if you want to help with that, I would appreciate it, but if not, that's cool too. But I'll catch you guys later. All right, peace out.